Well, it's Saturday night again, and I had a reasonably good sleep in the afternoon, and I was awakened by noises from next door. There's somebody moving in right on the other side of that wall. I guess they're out celebrating now, but they were moving stuff in, and over the last couple of weeks, they were doing renovations in that apartment, and every time I would be falling asleep, I'd be awakened by crashing and banging and ripping tiles off the wall and all kinds of things like that. To add to my detriment, this evening I wanted to go get some groceries, but I was too late for the grocery stores. However, I was not too late for the liquor store. The liquor stores were open, or the government one was closed, but a private one was open. And I went to a private store that I haven't been to in a long time, and they had stuff that I had not seen anywhere else. They had stuff that I haven't had a chance to grab yet, so I ended up buying two whiskeys that I hadn't seen anywhere else, and one that I was planning on getting anyway. This, what I bought here, I got 2 weeks ago. And yes, I'm stocking up. I've got more stock. I'm buying it faster than I can taste it, and I'm buying it faster than I can drink it. So my bar over yonder is getting very well stocked right now. And sometime in the next month or two, I'm gonna do make a video of what I have in that bar. And if you've been watching from the last time I did one of those back, I think in September or August, well, just about everything I've tried since then is in the bar. That wasn't there before, and there was a few bottles that are gone that were there then, but they're finished now. If I like something a lot, I'll replace it with the same thing, or if it's okay, I'll replace it with something else that I haven't tried before. So lately, I've been expanding the Highland and the Speyside parts um, of my home bar, and I don't know if I'll be able to find room for everything else. It's looking quite interesting right now. Well, about 2 years ago or so, I tried a Glenmorangie original, which is a 10-year-old Highland single malt. And then I guess, or maybe it was 3 years ago. I don't even know if I made a video of that one. Then 2 years ago, I tried the Nectar d'Or, which is the same whiskey but finished for a couple years in French Sauterne dessert wine casks, which is very nice. The Nectar d'Or is wonderful. And then I tried, I think it was last year or almost a year ago, the Glenmorangie Quinta Ruban or Quinta Ruban, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I like Quinta Ruban because it sounds more Spanish, and or Portuguese, I suppose, because it's finished in a port wine cask, and I liked that one a lot. That was really special. The Quinta Ruban or Quinta Ruban, very nice. And so now I'm picked up the last Glenmorangie of the between 10 and 12 year range that I have not tried, and this is the Glenmorangie LASANTA, 12 years old. Now, I have this thing about sherry casks that the first few times I tried sherry casks, I didn't like it. So maybe that's why I left this one for last, because I was maybe approaching it with trepidation, a kind of trepidation that I would not have had with other expressions. But I'm going to give it a shot because I do like Glenfarclas, or at least Glenfarclas 15 and 105. And I've had some Aberlour and what's the other one that I like? Glendronach. So Speyside aged in sherry. sherry casks, and this one's finished. The sherry cask finished Glenmorangie. Glenmorangie LASANTA, Scots Gaelic for the warmth and passion of Jarret, is characterized by rich, spicy nutty notes from the highest quality Oloroso sherry and PX sherry casks. That's Pedro Jimenez, selected for the finishing of our whiskey, A Journey of Passion. Our ongoing quest for perfection takes us on many journeys, exploring the world for inspiration. After much painstaking research, we have secured the very best oak casks from the greatest vineyards in the world in which to extra mature some of our whiskies. In the footsteps of pioneers, our result of perfection has endured for over 170 years, starting in 1843 with the installation of the tallest whiskey stills in Scotland. It continues to this day with our insistence on using American white oak casks in which to age our whiskey. These casks are ideal for Glenmorangie, imparting a natural sweetness to the elegant flavors of our spirit. Extra matured. In the early 1990s, our passion for wood led us to explore. We extra matured Glenmorangie in a different cask for the final 2 years of its maturation to greatest success. This finishing touch adds an exciting range of flavors to Glenmorangie's already fine taste. Unnecessarily well made, chill filtered and bottled at 43% ABV, Glenmorangie LASANTA is full-bodied and rich in texture, with a wonderfully long and smooth finish. An unnecessarily well-made whiskey, finished in Oloroso sherry and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. 12 years old. Oh, it's in French on this side. Affiné en fût de Jarret LASANTA. And it says the same thing in French on this side, so I grabbed the English side first. Highland single malt. Here we go. Oh, did I mention 750 mils and bottled at 43%? Okay. See if I can get this puppy open here. Oh, is there a trick? Ah, no. It opens normally. I was just opening it backwards. It's got a third one there. There we go. Now we got them all. That box has nothing left in it. And there is our elegant, tall bottle of Glenmorangie. The LASANTA, true to its gentle meaning of warmth and passion, is rich and full-bodied after 2 years of extra maturation in Spanish Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. Bottled in Scotland. It doesn't say please drink responsibly. Oh, distilled and matured in Ross-shire, perfected by the 16 men of Tain, as are all Glenmorangie expressions. Okay. I've used up almost 9 minutes just to do all of that preliminary stuff. Well, I do go on, and if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to watch it. You can watch something else. I'm not in it for the views. I'm just in it for the sharing with people who would like to share. Yeah, gentle little pop. It's got a nice kind of blushy rosé kind of color to it, at least in the bottle. Let's see what it looks like in the Glencairn. Oh, it pours nice and slow. I like that. You have control. There. About 49 milliliters, maybe 50, approximately. I usually pour to the fattest part of the Glencairn glass. Oh, it has a bit of a, I don't know if you can see that. It's got some legs. It's sticking to the side of the glass a little bit. There's sort of like it's got a bit of viscosity to it the way it looks. Mm. Oh, what a pleasant little nose. I'm getting dark fruits. I'm getting things like raisins, plums, prunes, dates. And quite a sweetness. Grapes. Sweet and dark fruits, like getting some kind of berry marmalade, or is it plum marmalade, or it's quite sweet. What's the difference between marmalade and jam anyway? Yeah, it's like a grape jelly. Getting some of that grape jelly on there. They're not necessarily like dried fruit. It's more like fresh dark fruits. Some of it is indistinct besides that grape jelly. Grape jelly, raspberry jelly, something like that. I'm getting some vanilla too. And some caramel, but the caramel is quite subtle. But yes, now that the dark fruits are moving aside a little bit, now I'm getting past the fruit. I'm getting more vanilla now that I'm getting past the fruit. And then the fruit reasserts itself. Quite interesting. It's got a bit of complexity to it. I like that. No smoke. I'm not getting any spice. Maybe a bit of saltiness. Just a little bit. Not much. This is mostly fruity though. Not a lot of spice either, or smoke, anything like that. It's just lots of fruit and some vanilla, bit of caramel, just a bit. I'm not getting any of that strong marzipan or Christmas cake. Well, maybe a bit of Christmas cake too. Yeah. The power of suggestion. But mostly it's the dark fruits and the sweetness. Tiny pinch of salt. Let's taste it. Mm. A lot of fruits. A lot of sweet, dark fruits on the sides and on the tongue. Tip of the tongue is a bit dry. Very, very long sweetness and dark fruits, berries. Not so much raisins, more like fresh grapes, like flavor of grape jelly, but not the consistency of grape jelly. It's naturally a lot thinner. A little hint of vanilla on the tongue left. I'm not getting any caramel. If there's any at all, it's very subtle. That was the first pull. Cleanse that palate. I drank coffee for the first time in about a month tonight with my dinner. And I had a Chinese dinner. It was really good. And the reason I went for Chinese is because I couldn't get frozen pizza at the grocery store because the grocery store was closed. And I couldn't go into a fast food place because all of them were closed. So I went Chinese because Chinese, hey, they're open when everybody else closes. Went to an old favorite Chinese restaurant and had a taste of nostalgia, stuff that I remember from many years ago. It hadn't changed at all. Very nice. There's those dark sweet fruits again. Grapes, raspberries. None of the dried up stuff, like I'm not tasting any raisins or any prunes. Rather than prunes, I'm getting fresh plums. Plums, grapes, that kind of thing. No dates or figs, really. It's just fresh, dark, or medium fruits. There's none of that pear, apple, or pineapple flavor at all. No coconut either. Just straight, sweet, dark, and medium fruits. And at the end there is that hint, once again, of vanilla. It's a very fruity one, this. If I didn't know it was Highland, I would say right away Speyside. It's bottled at 43%. I think 46 would help it. And there's that vanilla on the tip of my tongue again. Right on the tip. And fruits on the sides. And in the back, there's no bitterness. There's no burn. It's very clean finish. And yeah, the taste of those fruits, those sweet fruits, lingers on. The mouthfeel is somewhat oily at first, and then it ends up kind of dry. So imagine dry and sweet, dark and medium fruits. And there is that hint, again, of vanilla at the end. I wonder what will happen to this as it oxidizes. Will the fruits become less sweet? Will the vanilla assert itself more as the fruits move to the side? I don't know. I'm not sure yet about this one. I don't think I like it quite as much as I enjoyed the Quinta Ruban from the start, or Quinta Ruban, depending on what country you're from. And I can't say that I prefer it to the Nectar d'Or. We'll wait and see. It's all right. What did I pay for this? It says here, Glenmorangie, $80.99. With the taxes, it was $93.14. $93.14. In my view, for the experience, it's a bit overpriced. If you're not it's a good introduction to Scotch if you like liqueurs, I would say. But I have yet to form more of an opinion on it. It's all right, but it's not my favorite kind of experience. I would have liked less fruits and more vanilla and some more caramel and maybe a bit of spice. Well, on that note, I'm going to move on to try something else. And slancha, and since it's New Year's Eve right now, locally it's about 2 hours till the clock strikes 12. So I know to you it will be belated, but slancha and Happy New Year.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.